Legacy Motor Club makes more hirings and firings, and the big one made my post-Talladega power rankings difficult to determine. How's it going, y'all? My name is Erik. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Legacy Motor Club continues to make changes. I, too, would like to formally announce that I've been hired as the team's Halloween decoration department head of competition, senior Halloween decoration department head of competition. I need to update my business cards. No, but in all seriousness, Legacy has made some big moves. More on that in a moment. First, this episode is sponsored by the NASCAR Hall of Fame, where NASCAR's history and heritage comes to life. Celebrate the class of 2024 inductees, Jimmie Johnson, Donnie Allison, Chad Knaus, with their artifacts on display in the Hall of Honor. And be sure to check out their newly unveiled Hendrick Motorsports exhibit, celebrating 40 years with some never-before-seen artifacts. From the legends who shaped the sport to the new heroes looking to earn their spot in the history books, the NASCAR Hall of Fame offers an unbelievable fan experience. Plan your visit today by visiting NASCARHall.com. I'll also put the link down in the description below. Power rankings are on deck, but I've teased you long enough. Let's talk Legacy Motor Club. A few days ago, they announced they had hired Brian Campy as their new technical director. This is a big move. Brian Campy has decades of experience in NASCAR. He's worked for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, spent a long time at Team Penske working both NASCAR and IndyCar. Recently, he's had success with Hendrick Motorsports, a very accomplished engineer. Teams like Hendrick are used to snatching up whoever they want, like when they got Blake Harris from Front Row. They're not used to smaller teams getting some of their guys. It's not every day you see a move like this, so this is a big deal for Legacy Motor Club. And it's further evidence that owners Maury Gallagher and Jimmie Johnson are very serious about getting this train back on the tracks. Their goal is to get more competitive. This first season with Toyota has been a huge struggle, a huge disappointment, and this is just the latest in what has been a series of notable personnel moves. Team President Joey Cohen left the team earlier this season. Crew Chief Jason Burdett was let go as well. In August, they brought in a new competition director. At the same time, they hired a new general manager. Recently, they brought in a vice president of business operations. Now they've hired a new technical director and have parted ways with a veteran crew chief. Today, Legacy Motor Club announced crew chief Dave Elenz is no longer with the team. Elenz has been paired up with Erik Jones since 2022. They won the Southern 500 that year. Before joining then Petty GMS, Elenz was a staple at Junior Motorsports, winning races with William Byron, Noah Gragson. Now he is gone. I had so much faith in the Elenz-Jones duo coming into this season. They looked so good in 2022. Hindsight, maybe that was just the result of the next-gen car being so new, 19 different winners, parity, but over time, maybe the better driver-crew chief pairings have figured this car out faster than Jones and Elenz. 2024 has been by far the worst season of Erik Jones's Cup career. Fewest top fives, fewest top tens, not even close. He's 30th in points. Granted, he missed 2 races, but he has the worst average finish of his career and hasn't led a single lap all season. Not even one. That's unbelievable. And I'm going to bring it up because I know folks in the comments will bring it up. Maybe the back injury is nagging at him. Remember, back in April, Erik Jones suffered a compression fracture in his back in a crash at Talladega. He only missed 2 races, but we've seen in the past, 2013, Denny Hamlin suffered a similar injury early in the season, missed a few weeks, came back, and had the worst year of his career. Couldn't win a race until the very end of the season, like 9 months later. In 2023, Alex Bowman suffered a similar injury, missed a few weeks, came back, didn't look like himself, career worst average finish. So there's a trend. Drivers suffering back injuries and then putting up career worst numbers. I'm no doctor. Erik Jones may be completely pain-free. Maybe this has nothing to do with anything, but I know folks are going to bring it up and there has been a trend, so I think it's worth mentioning. Maybe this relationship just ran its course. They got off to such a hot start together in 2022, I think exceeded everyone's expectations. Now it's been 2 years of disappointment. That would put a strain on any relationship. So maybe it was just time. Maybe Dave Elenz has struggled to apply the data they've gotten from Toyota. Whatever the case, I am still surprised this duo did not have more success this season. Also announced today, Dave Elenz is being replaced by crew chief Ben Bayshore. He will work with Erik Jones going forward. Bayshore previously has been with John Hunter Nemechek all season. John Hunter has maybe shown more flashes than Erik Jones this season. He has one more top 10 finish. He's led more laps, but the 42 has struggled with consistency. Nemechek is 34th in driver points. That's another duo I had higher expectations for. Ben Bayshore, John Hunter seemed like a natural fit considering they won 7 Xfinity Series races together just last year. And Ben Bayshore also has prior Cup experience. He worked with Kyle Busch from 2021 to 2022. They won 2 races in 2021, struggled a little in 2022, but that was also Busch's final year at JGR. A lot of off-track distractions and chatter. I thought the Bayshore John Hunter duo would work better as well, and it just hasn't. I guess that's just the theme of this year. Legacy Motor Club across the board, huge disappointment. Today's announcement again confirms that Ben Bayshore will work with Erik Jones the rest of this season, likely preparing for 2025, and actually newly hired technical director Brian Campy will be the interim crew chief for John Hunter Nemechek. Dude just got there and they're already making him wear different hats. Overall, I still believe most of Legacy Motor Club's problems can be traced back to their relationship with Joe Gibbs Racing, or their lack of a relationship with Joe Gibbs Racing. Ever since Michael Waltrip Racing closed their doors nearly a decade ago, every single notable Toyota team has had an alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing, from Furniture Row to Levine Family Racing towards the end to now 2311 Racing. Legacy Motor Club, Toyota's newest team, does not have a relationship with Joe Gibbs Racing. They're attempting to build out their own database themselves. And from what I've heard, there's been some drama behind the scenes between who actually owns the sim data. What does Toyota own that they can share with Legacy Motor Club versus what does Joe Gibbs Racing own? From what I've heard, Legacy has not been getting the most current or accurate sim data this season, but the data they are getting is helping them build out their notebook, hopefully for 2025. I respect Legacy Motor Club for trying to build this out themselves, be more independent. Long term, it may pay off. Do you really want to be dependent on a rival team for all of your information? No. So short-term struggles, hopefully long-term success, but if Legacy Motor Club doesn't take a notable step forward next season, this team will be in real trouble. I like the Brian Campy signing, his Hendrick and Penske background. I think Jones and Nemechek are decent, if not good drivers. We have to see tangible improvement next season or more changes are likely coming. Now it's time for my weekly Out of the Groove power rankings. I'm going to be completely honest. I couldn't make too many changes to my list this week. It just didn't make sense. Talladega is a weird track. The big one towards the end shook everything up. We've got a road course on deck. I really liked my top 10 last week, so you're not going to see a ton of changes today. But I am going to explain my rankings anyways. Let's do it. Out of the Groove power rankings post-Talladega. Joey Logano at number 10. Joey Logano was actually a little underwhelming at Talladega. Sure, he led 19 laps, but he didn't earn a single stage point. Got caught up in both crashes. That's why he's now 13 points below the cut line. Talladega was Joey Logano's big chance. I don't expect a ton from him at the Charlotte Roval. He doesn't have a top 10 on a road course this season, though he did run top 5 here a year ago. So we'll see. I expected to move Logano forward this week, but Talladega, again, was underwhelming. Joey Logano at 10. At number 9, Tyler Reddick. Another driver who I wanted to move up a spot because we have a road course next week, and statistically he's been the best road course racer in the next-gen era, but Watkins Glen a few weeks ago spooked me. The 45 didn't look like the 45, and right now they have no momentum. 4 straight finishes of 20th or worse. I'm putting Tyler Reddick at 9 because I don't know what to make of him. He could dominate this weekend. He could also be a no-show once again. Reddick at 9. At number 8, Denny Hamlin. He wasn't good at Talladega. I know he finished 10th and built a massive points cushion, but he wasn't good. Didn't earn any stage points, got damage at the end of stage 2, lost the draft in stage 3. I'm keeping him at 8 because finally Denny Hamlin can relax a little bit. He admitted this weekend that it's a relief that the lawsuit against NASCAR is now public. I'm sure it's also a relief that he's 30 points to the good. The big one late at Talladega saved him. I don't expect Denny Hamlin to be great this weekend. His road course numbers have not been good recently, but I'm keeping Hamlin in the 8th spot because if nothing else, I think he'll be more relaxed this weekend than he's been recently. Denny Hamlin at 8. At number 7, Ross Chastain led 17 laps at Talladega, but was in the wrong place at the wrong time at the end of stage 2. It's hard to not get overshadowed by the playoff conversation this time of year, but Ross Chastain is doing an excellent job the past few weeks of still making his presence felt. I'm keeping Chase Elliott in the 6th position. He was running top 5, I think 3rd or 4th when the big one happened on the back straightaway. He earned stage points as well, had a good weekend. He's had a pretty good playoff so far, and now we head to the Roval, a track he's won at twice. He won a stage at the Charlotte Roval last season. He's only plus 13 to the cut line, but I still like where the 9 car is at heading into this weekend. So Chase Elliott at 6. Maybe finally we'll start to have some changes here. Let's see. Number 5, I'll keep Alex Bowman. He's led a lap or more in every single playoff race. He's earned stage points in 9 of the last 10 stages. And despite being caught up in the big one at Talladega, he's still plus 26 heading to arguably his best track. 5 Roval starts, 5 Roval top 10s. Alex Bowman at number 5. Okay, finally a change. I'm going to bump Ryan Blaney down 1 spot to 4. I know he got crashed out at Talladega, really by no fault of his own, but he still earned stage points. That's good. I'll give Blaney this. When he's not getting crashed out, he's getting the finishes. He has recent finishes of 3rd, 4th, and 6th. He's always in the mix. He just needs to avoid getting mixed up in somebody else's mess. Ryan Blaney at 4, moving up to number 3 this week. This is less about Ryan Blaney. I can't fault him for getting crashed while running up front at Talladega, but I can reward William Byron for another fantastic performance. Back-to-back races where William Byron has earned more points than any other playoff driver. He's getting stage points. He's getting the finishes. 3rd at Talladega. He's the only driver locked into the round of 8, and now they finally have some momentum. But I have Christopher Bell in the number 2 position because, while he's not locked into the next round, we have a larger sample size. Byron's had 2 good races, but 3 weeks ago, he struggled at Bristol. Christopher Bell has an average finish of 6th over the past 7 races. It hasn't been flashy, but for a long period of time now, Christopher Bell has quietly been one of the most consistent drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series. That's why he's at number 2. And at number 1, once again, is Kyle Larson. 5 wins on the season, most of any driver. We know what this team is capable of when they're fully locked in, and he just scored his first top 5 on a super speedway in nearly 2 years. Kyle Larson at 1. There are my power rankings this week. Very few changes. What can I say? I think I had a really good top 10 a week ago, and Talladega was so crazy I can't move guys around too much. We'll see what happens at Charlotte this weekend. Thanks for watching this video, y'all. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more NASCAR content and commentary every single day. Big thank you to my very generous Patreon supporters as well. I will see you all again soon. Thanks for watching this video, folks. Have a good one.